After his incident with the female cop, Ugly said he couldn't remember being tasered with a stun gun. Jen Berman, psychotherapist, how drunk do you have to be to not remember being tasered with a stun gun? And could this young man have an alcohol problem which contributed to the violence?
You bet, Jane. This is a very, very disturbed kid. He has anger issues, he has impulse control issues, he has a violent history, and he very clearly and very likely has a problem with alcohol, which is a lethal combination, unfortunately, for this young girl.
And he also has apparently a big sense of entitlement. And if you combine that with alcohol and unprocessed rage, you know, published reports, Jen, say the suspect's parents went through a very nasty divorce. So I'm wondering if the breakup with the girlfriend, which triggered the big public argument a couple of weeks ago, and then this horrific incident, might have triggered some old feelings of separation anxiety and abandonment.
Absolutely. And one thing we know is that this kind of violence doesn't happen in a bubble. It's very likely that there was violence in this relationship prior. And that kind of thing tends to only escalate and escalate. And when a woman leaves a violent intimate, her odds of being killed go up exponentially. So it is not terribly surprising, given his history, that this terrible, terrible incident has happened.
Gail, Virginia, your question or thought, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. The colleges here are Washington Lee University and Virginia Military Institute. There's always drunken brawls on the weekends during the week. The police officers here have their hands full, but if you have prestige and you have money, you can get out of anything. That's just the way it is. It's been like this for years here. And if I feel myself, if they had done more with him, this girl would still be alive today.
Katie Beck, is there a problem with public drunkenness among privileged kids who go to these universities?
I mean, I think there's a problem with public drunkenness where there are most universities. I think the problem here was that he became so aggressive and combative for obviously no reason at all. This officer was trying to help him, and the next thing she knows, this guy has her on the ground, and she has to use a taser to restrain him. Even after that, he continues to be a problem. So obviously, this was an unusual case, and there was so much aggression and violence used here that they had to take extreme measures.
And
hey, Jane,
we actually are out of time. Sorry, but we're going to stay on top of this story. So stay back here on Issues, because we're going to bring you the latest developments.